Let me start with a bold question. What if the word immortal was never a myth, but a real being, living 35,000 years, on an actual planet with 16 suns in its sky? That is the place we are exploring today, the 10,000-year world. If the 1,000-year world is already paradise, then what lies one tier above it? 16 suns, immortals in free flight, and a lifespan near 35,000 years. This is the second tier of heaven, and it is just as real as the first. First, let us place it in the cosmos. In the Lifechanyuan teaching, heaven has three tiers: the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, and the Elysium world. The 10,000-year world sits in the middle, above the first, below the highest. It is the bridge of ascension between them. Guide Xiefeng offers an analogy of cosmic velocity. The first reaches the 1,000-year world, the second reaches this realm, the third reaches Elysium. It is a doctrinal image, not a physics formula, but the point is clear. The higher you rise, the greater and freer the state of life becomes. So what exactly is this world? It is no empty vision. It is a real, blue-green planet, grander and brighter than Earth. It lies about 3,480 light-years away. It is roughly 16 times the size of Earth, and it is home to about 100 million celestial beings. Their lifespan is close to 35,000 years, and that is exactly how the realm earned its name. You might ask, how can anyone claim, so precisely, that it truly exists? The teaching offers not belief, but a law, that the sum of positive and negative energy in the universe is zero. Where there is a human world this full of suffering, there must be a symmetrical world, pure and beautiful, as inevitable as the planets that must orbit a sun. Now look up at its skies. Above the 10,000-year world hang 16 suns, each of a different brightness. Their varied light divides the whole planet into 16 zones of different color and glow. Light and shadow interweave without end, so that a single day there can feel like living through countless dawns and dusks. It is a sky no human eye has ever seen, 16 skies of light, folded into one world. Among those 16 zones, one is a region of permanent night. And it is precisely in that darkness that countless exquisite gemstones are born, glowing in the starlight. Every celestial being of this world comes here to gather them, and to adorn the cave dwellings where they live. The gems are not gathered for wealth. They light the dwellings, they let the immortals absorb their subtle essence, and they make the whole landscape shimmer, dreamlike and translucent. Here is one of the most striking things about this realm. Even flight and diet are not gifts you are born with. They are cultivated, slowly, as life evolves toward a being of pure energy. Take diet first. Newcomers eat harder fruits, walnuts and dates. After 10,000 years, softer fruits, peaches and grapes. After 20,000, only clear mineral spring water. And beyond 30,000 years, no solid food at all. The immortal draws directly on the radiance of sun and moon. As the old saying goes, those who feed on subtle energy become spirit-like. Flight follows the same long path. Newcomers cannot fly, they walk upon the ground. Around 10,000 years, they rise a few feet. At 20,000 years they clear the mountains, and only after 30,000 years can they soar 80,000 meters high. From the sky-reaching peak of this world, one looks up to sun, moon and stars, and down upon endless seas of cloud. Its great sea stretches boundless, its mountain ranges roll on without end. But the most moving detail is time itself. A day above can be a year below. The flow of life runs differently at every tier. On Earth, a lifetime is about 80 years. In the 1,000-year world, 1,000. Here, 35,000. And in the Elysium world above, there is no limit at all. This is why beings long for heaven, not only for the purity of the realm, but for the sheer length of life within it. So how does a celestial being of this world finally depart? Not the way humans do. They do not die. They undergo what is called sitting transformation. The physical structure of life safely dissolves, turning into a wisp of gentle light that merges peacefully into heaven and earth. And the living feel no grief. For in their eyes this is no ending at all, but an ascent, matter returning, at last, to light. Yet sitting transformation is not a full stop. It is the start of another choice, and where the light goes is decided by the state of mind cultivated in this life. One with no worldly thought at all rises to the Elysium world. One who stirred only a passing thought gathers form again and begins another cycle here. One with frequent worldly thoughts descends to the 1,000-year world, and one whose thoughts turned into action returns, reborn, to the human world. Worldly thought means craving status, wealth, and power, clinging to possession, harboring grief, resentment, or envy. And so the immortal's ultimate aim is to purify the mind completely. How, then, would you know whether you might reach such a place? The teaching offers two ways to measure it. The first is the dream. The more refined your non-material structure of life, the more beautiful and coherent your dreams become. And what you cannot reach in dreams, you cannot reach after this life either. The signs are specific. Dreams of wondrous scenes, dreams of your own free flight, a joining of hearts beyond words, and not a trace of worry or fear. The second measure is consciousness itself, ordered, a perfected structure of life, the qualities of an immortal, the power of flight. If in dreams you often fly freely and stay joyful without any physical union, that steady fearless joy is a sign that you may be bound for the 10,000-year world. For all these visions of the heights, the real point lands right here, beneath our own feet. The teaching says the core of evolving toward higher heaven is simply this: to keep refining the non-material structure of your own life. And that refinement rests on three plain tasks: repay your debts and settle old ties, give and accumulate merit, and perfect your structure. Each one earns the passage upward. So never underestimate a single act of inner refinement in this life. Every one of them is a step climbing toward this realm and beyond. Next time, we will visit the very summit of heaven, the Elysium world, the greatest creator's own garden. What is it? We will find out.